Good afternoon, YouTube. My name is Kenny Glick. I have been trading for my entire life, really since the fifth grade. So let's call it 1982. And I was one of the original traders to start making YouTube videos. Originally, it was just to show you how awful I was. I was basically the George Costanza of trading for a while. And if you just did what I said, you made money. But if you did what I do, you lost money. So I started a website, and basically it was, you know, as long as I'm not in the trade, you take the trade because it'll work. But if I was in it, you just go the other way. Then I blew my whole life up, shorting the market, and I found VWAP right after that, and I resurrected my career. And I'm never going back ever. But what I don't do is actively trade bull markets. So what I've been saying over the last 3 or 4 weeks is that once we make the turn, and again, everybody got overly bearish. Google market crash of 2023. Look how many videos came out in August, September, and October, right? And I was super bearish at the time because we had a blow off top in July. And if you read my posts, right? If you read the post, I said, once the market turns around, the bears will get lazy and we'll have a rally probably to infinity. Here we are, 4 weeks later. There is zero reason to trade. It's the same day over and over again. And there's really nothing to do. You just buy the cues at 9:30 and hold them till 4 o'clock. And the reason I say the cues is that most of the time stocks will pull back or sometimes roll over in the middle of the day. And again, those rollovers in this market give you new opportunities like SC today. And you know what? I'm not going to start rambling off trades. Who cares? If you guys were paying attention to what I've been saying, and more importantly, if you've come to the website, it's very boring right now, and which is fine. I mean, you want to make money or you want to be excited, right? There is no excitement in trading. It's very monotonous and redundant and borderline awful because most of what we do is wrong. And the one thing you do wrong in bull markets is sell and trade and churn. This is the market where you watch a movie. I just watched the dumbest movie. You know what? I thought it was going to be more than it was. What was it called? Not Inception. I don't know. The cyborgs took over, or they took over some parts of our world, and then they bombed LA, or a nuke went off, and they blamed the AI. So then we spent the rest of the movie was us hunt the America formed a task force to hunt AI, and New Asia, I guess it was Japan, China, they still embraced the AI, so they were creating them. So we were all at war, and Denzel Washington's son was in it. You don't have to watch it, no. But that's what I've done. I watched what I watched. I watched The Covenant, Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, worth it, good movie. And then I watched this AI movie, but there's nothing to do. Right, the most money you're going to make right now is just sitting with the QQQ options, or just the Qs, or any decent stock. So I was having this debate with somebody online about certain stocks. One was Palantir. I own it, and he said this is the most overvalued piece of shit company that's ripe for a short. And I said, why? Why why does fundamentals matter to Palantir when fundamentals haven't mattered to the market since basically 1957 and 1982? From 1957 to 1982, the market did pretty much nothing. That's when fundamentals mattered. Because fundamentals, if you're trading on fundamentals, then the stock doesn't do anything. You have what it's valued. Next quarter comes out and it moves a little bit. But now the market just is based on algorithms, if then statements, computers talking to each other, fear and greed, VWAP. And it's a video game now. It's a video game, it's a casino. It's not based on what it used to be based on. That's the illusion. People that have MBAs and think that crunching numbers and earnings per share means something. If you know this, if you don't know this, most companies don't have earnings. So the E in the EPS, earnings per share, is zero. So by definition, the stock should be zero. PE ratios, profit PE, the E is for earnings. Most stocks have no earnings, so PE ratios are insignificant. Yet these stocks are ripping like they all have the next great product or whatever. None of these doesn't matter. Market. And when you have markets that all rise together and all fall together, it disproves fundamental analysis. Because if fundamental analysis truly was how the market worked, one stock would be having a good day, somebody would be having a good day, one would be doing nothing, 3 days, and that's how it would work. You wouldn't have all ships rising and falling. But do your homework, do the Googling. Eventually fundamentals do matter because most companies go out of business. So inevitably they all go to zero. But it takes a while for them to go to zero. The bottom line is Rambus, right? Ooh, I'm a genius, right? I got everybody in at 47.50. The stock's at 69. Wow. I'm so good at this, right? I got everybody in my website. I basically begged everybody. I was like, look, if the trade doesn't work, we're going to lose 3 points. So you're risking 3 points to possibly make 200 points. My price target on Rambus 4 years from now is 250. Is it worth to wait 4 years for another 180 or 90 points? I guess that's what investing is all about. Or you bought the 390 Qs today, knowing we were probably going to go to 392.50. Or let's say you were a little bit more reasonable. You didn't want to get, the 390s were the play to the spec play today, the lotto play, for instance. So if you bought the 390s, they were 19 cents. Okay? They were 19 cents when we were doing them. Next thing you know, they went to 40 cents. That's 100% on your money. Now they're $1.43. So some of our traders are still in the same trade because these are the days where you just buy and hold. Nobody's selling anything. There's no volatility. There's nobody selling anything. So you're not supposed to be an active trader when there's no activity except buying. You buy and you hold. And we're going to do this today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday, next week, all the way into December, and then January, February, March, and April. And then they'll be talking about selling in May and going away. And they'll start talking about recessions again, probably. Again, it's 18 months now later, right? 18 months later. What happened to that recession that was coming? Right? What happened to it? Everybody got it wrong. That's why the market's so strong now. See, this is where it's fun, right? Think about it. Now, the recession is coming. People are now saying the recession's definitely coming next year. But why is the market rallying into that? Because there is no recession coming. The market knows more than all of these people. And once everybody gets bullish, remember, there's still plenty of skepticism. That's the best time to be buying stocks. Still a lot of doubt. When everybody says, oh my God, We're never going down ever again. When again, I've been saying that for quite some time. Plus, again, if you understand the market never goes down, right? Stocks suck. Most stocks stink. They're, talking to my Palantir friend over there. He's right. He says nobody understands what this company does. They make no money. It's absolutely one of the easiest short ideas of the year. And I was like, no, it's not. It just broke a 2-year high. Do not short it. And it's up 2 points already since this conversation. And you can't stay short stocks because you have unlimited risk. And I have never lost any more money than shorting the market because inevitably you have to cover because you run out of money. Margin calls. And I've had 11 or 12 stocks that I've owned that have gone to zero. Those were insignificant. Could only go to zero, right? But when's the market going to go down? When a day like today turns into a red day. Out of nowhere, everyone's feeling bullish. Yo, right, Q's to 400. Yeah. And then suddenly volatility kicks in. We get a little selling. And that selling is suddenly not bought. And you'll know the difference because we'll actually start to go down for more than 7 minutes. We have 7-minute pullbacks and then everything goes up. It'll change. So when will it change? I don't know. It could change tomorrow. Chances are not. It could change next week. Chances are not. Chances are we're going to be in this market now, the chasing performance market and the shorts covering. It's a very difficult market to trade. That's why you don't trade it. Now, stop for a second. Does that mean you can't find trades during the day? Doesn't mean that at all. It just means the prudent thing to do is less. Because at 10:30, Cisco set up for a nice little trade there. And then you had to get out. And then you got a chance to buy it again at a lower price. SE. It was a decent idea. Then it came back. You got a chance to trade it again. Trades will set up, but the easy trade, again, that's what this is all about. Trying to make the easiest money you can has been long the queues. All right, we'll probably have this conversation sometime next week. If you haven't come to the website, it's free. My friends out there that somehow didn't realize I gave the entire summer out for free, just email me and you could hang out. And if you did come back and you're like, wow, this is kind of boring, it's because I live in reality. I'm not going to pretend that I'm, doing something extra just because I'm trying to convince you to buy something. This is what you're buying, me, and the knowledge that I possess about market environments. That's the skill. That's what you're buying. And you're buying my time. It's not about stock picks or scanners or anything like that. It's about time. My time is valuable. And I spend quite some time doing this every single day. And this is what we do. And here we are. I don't trade futures because usually if the market's open, I tend to trade QQQ options. It's more or less the same thing. Well, here's another reason I don't trade futures, because when I saw the setup in SE, I had a 98% chance of success. I don't have 98% chances of success when I trade futures. When I get an ash crack 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal, a trade that has worked religiously, especially on stocks that are in the news, like obviously Cisco the last couple of days and whatever. That's why. And it's just I have a higher probability of doing everything. But right now, I'm just an advisor. I'm not even trading. I don't do anything in this environment. I basically just sit here as a perma bear waiting for an opportunity to short something, and then the day's over. I'm like, oh, okay, there went that day. I might not, again, I'm not putting on any other trades. I'm shorting UVXY, but I can't keep shorting it because I'm looking for a reason for it to go up, and it just doesn't go up anymore, and the market never goes down. So, yep. No, you're right. It's kind of what I do. I don't even do that good anymore either. But I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say this right now. Let's see if it happens. Tomorrow, we're going to gap up slightly or gap down slightly and go up all day. That's what's going to happen tomorrow. But if you were looking for action, CDIO gave us action all day. 8 different times you could have bought the dip on the stock, and you got paid 8 different times. But if I have to wait till next earnings season to start trading again, so be it. Because if it's not an earnings reversal, I'm really not interested in trading it, because that's how you make money. I'm all about teaching people how to make money, how to stay focused. And if you did more than 4 trades today, that's too much. If you did more than 4 trades today, it's too much, because legitimately you're still in the same trades, because there has not been a stop out on the Qs since 10:40 this morning. And the crazy thing is, the only reason you sold anything was just to take some profits. So you're still in the same trade, because it still hasn't even pulled back, because every time it consolidates, it forms a new range. The last range we're using as stops is 390.50. So now, because it's getting to the last half hour, unless you're planning on holding overnight, now you raise your stop to a point where you're saying, okay, cool, let me out, because I don't care. I'm not holding these overnight. And look, at this point, right? At this point, hold it overnight. I still wouldn't, because look, you didn't have to come in long today to buy the Qs and make good money. And you probably won't have to hold them overnight to buy the Qs tomorrow to make good money. And then one of these days, I'm promising you, we will have a down day. I'm telling you, we've seen them, right? Remember these conversations from 8 years ago? I used to joke around. Well, I've seen the market go down. I know it doesn't seem like it's ever going to go down, but I promise you, one day it's going to go down. One day we're going to actually go down and stay down. I know. I'm not talking about 20-minute sell-offs. We're going to go down one day. I know, crazy, right? But do what I do. Go on StockTwits. If you're not following me, please do. Go on Twitter. If you're not following me, please do. Go on TikTok. If you're not following me, please do. And then go on YouTube. And if you're not following me, please do. Google, or just go on there and say crash of 2023. The stock market will crash. Just Google the negative people. See what they're saying, and you'll see how absurd it is. It's always just doom and gloom with no real reasons. Like all the people that were buying gold. The reason people were buying gold because they believed that there was this crazy recession that was going to come to kill us all, and that the safe haven was going to be gold. The safe haven gold trade is from 1972. That doesn't work anymore. So if that was your premise to buying gold, then you really don't know anything about how the market works. Everything was pointing you that gold was going to have some epic move. And I was on the other side of that trade saying, no, this is the time to short gold, because the recession's not coming and all those reasons are not going to materialize. And here we are, gold still the same price. 8 months later, it had a tremendous sell off, a beautiful rally, It's right back where it was, nowhere. Kind of just like the Qs. We're still below all-time highs. We're still below the Cathie Wood top, and we just made the 2-year high just now. But I'll tell you, man, the reason I love Rambus is that nobody knows about it. We got something here, guys. I'm telling you. Go online. Nobody knows this company. Nobody's talking about it. And now it's at 26-year highs. Nobody's talking about Rambus. It's still a good buy. Because when they start talking about it, right? And they start comparing it to NVIDIA, which they will, then the rumors will come along that someone's going to buy them out or merge with them. You'll hear that again. And next thing you know, the stock will be 125 on its way to $250 a share. Nobody knows it even exists. That's good. When you hear analysts talking about it on the CNBC, that's when you start getting a little nervous. When Kramer recommends it at 250, that's when we'll sell. When he comes on the show, he's like, I got to talk. Bah, 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 when he makes all the sound effects and he starts talking, I got a blast from the past. You might not know about it, but this stock is called Rambus. As soon as he says it, sell it immediately. And that'll be the top. When Kramer starts talking about Rambus, that's when it's over. When Martin Weiss or any of those guys, when the cheerleading bull market cretins are talking about it, that's when you get the hell out. And just like Cathie Wood, I don't think we're going to crash again like we did off the Cathie Wood top in the bull market that Goldman Sachs was promising everybody. Because this market has built, it's a staircase. It's consolidated, broke out, consolidated, broke out. It's healthy. It's good. Everything's fine. Now, if a nuclear bomb goes off tomorrow, right, or something awful, it's unpredictable. And that's the only thing that's going to derail the market right now. The only thing that's going to derail the market is some unforeseen, because the market is programmed, right? We all understand that. And it's programmed to go up now. And the program doesn't just stop. And when I was a young trader, my mentor explained bull markets, and he was a shorter also, and that's why him and I hit it off. And he explained to me how even when the market starts to go down, it's still going up because it's an oil tanker. An oil tanker is a big, slow-moving boat, right? And if the oil tanker wants to start going the other direction, it can't make a right angle, right? It can't make 2 right angles and start heading back down. It's got to go up first and then turn. And in that turn, the ass is still going up, and it's still going up while it's trying to go down. It's still going up, and then finally it starts going down, and then momentum will start going that way. Just wait for the momentum to turn. You'll see the difference. You'll feel it, and then you're able to short something or sell. But right now, you just got to be, find a hobby. And it's 4 weeks later now. I've been saying this for 4 weeks now, and I had to take my loss. I'm not short the Qs anymore. Obviously, I said Monday, if we start rallying on Monday, I'm out. Wound up losing $8,200 because I'm a fucking idiot. Right? I'm a loser. Right? I haven't said that all day today. I'm a loser because I know so much about the market, yet I still let trades get away from me. And there was no way I should have let that even go for more than a day. At one point, I remember it was just about $1,000 loss. And I was like, do I really want to take this loss? Nah, fuck that shit. And I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, this is that moment, dude. This is the moment. You could take the loss right now and just be done and join in and be a bull market psychopath like everybody else, but you're going to fight it. And I said, yeah, I'll fight it for a week. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I was wrong. Oh, wait, I knew I was wrong. I just decided to stay wrong. That's the difference. We all get them wrong. You just don't stay wrong. I decided to stay wrong. And 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 I'll tell you more of my problems, right? More of my problems is now I can't think of anything else except, well, first is earnings reversals, and reversals keep working. I'm going to do those if I find one. But all I want to do right now is short the market because I'm a permabull. When I see a market going up for 4 straight weeks, it, it's going to take me every, I'm going to have to put myself in a straitjacket soon because all I want to do is short stocks right now, and I can't. It's annoying. I'm a loser. But if you go back to the trades that work and you just look at this as a day job, you're a day trader trading for the day, that's your job. None of this conversation even means anything to you. It's just good to have an overall idea of the environment. But if you're just saying, I don't care about that, Kenny, I don't trade the Qs. I don't even trade options. I just want to trade those reversals. You know what? There was 3 or 4 really nice ones. Cisco paid you twice. Palantir, CDIO, SE. They were all pretty good trades. TJX came alive at the end of the day here. There's still lots to do, but as your leader and your mentor and instructor, my job is to try to help you make the easiest money that's possible. That's why VWAP trading is by far the easiest thing you'll ever. It's not easy, but it's the easiest thing to understand. It's just price. When somebody wants to ask me, so are we putting our stops at a percentage? What are we doing? Are we doing a 10%, 15%? I'm like, I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. 10%, 15% retracements. Is that RSI? Is that Fibonacci? I just trade price. So, for instance, the Qs. The Qs have pulled, the Qs broke out. The last breakout price, sorry, I actually got it wrong. So the last pullback price right now is what I'd be using. It's not about Fibonacci. It's not about anything. It's the price itself. So 390.93. 390.93 is the stop. So you're saying to yourself, all right, cool. Are we going to rip into the close? Probably. Are we going to go to 392.50 into the close? Maybe. We could spike it on $1 from here. But I'm going to just sit here and do nothing unless the Qs break under 390.95, and then you get out of it and we call it a day. Or it's almost 4 o'clock, but this is the market. I feel nervous now because this is the market that I blew my entire life up, and I'm actually having post-traumatic stress right now. I'm actually not in a good way. Like, I'm freaked out a little bit right now. I'm having. There's no other way to explain it. I don't want to belittle post-traumatic stress syndrome. I'm in it. I can't think right now because this market, like, I feel my brethren, the perma bears, all the people that I know think the way I think. Oh, this market can't keep going up like this, so I'm going to short it. Well, you'll learn your lesson. I learned my lesson, and again, I'm not. It's hard. It's hard not to want to short everything, and So what I do now is, because I'm not right, I don't do much. Right? See, what does the VWAP say? The VWAP says stay long. What does Rambus do? Rambus makes a type of memory, and they have the rights to that memory. So they have, and again, you'd think I would know a lot more about it. I know what they used to do. They were creators. I think now it's more of like licensing deals on their memory that they have also. So they have licensing and they own exactly. Exactly. Right? You see, yeah. He's like, what do you care? I'm like, exactly. I don't care. I just know it's breaking 27-year highs. Yay. I'm in. Oh, by the way, I sold one contract today. I threw a contract on the offer. If you guys see and I might be the only person that sold any Rambus today. I just threw an offer out to see if anybody was trading these contracts. January 2026, $75 calls. That is still me. That is my order. I am the one contract today. I sold them. I'm in from $9. So I sold it today at $17.90. Wow. So again, when people were asking me the other day, is it too late to get in? No. I'm thinking it's going to $250 a share. I covered the Qs this morning. Yeah. 387.50. No questions asked. I'm not staying short. We could be at 420 by Friday, 500 by the end of the year. And you think that's funny, right? It's not funny. It's tragic and awful, if anything. I've been burnt by this market. I've never blown up accounts long stocks, and I've been pretty shitty at owning stocks too. I've only blown up accounts and blown up life and career shorting. And that's why I'm having like this. I'm having PTSD right now, and it's real. I really am. I feel anxious and nervous that I probably should be on medication right now. Amongst society also breaking down too. I'm not in a frame of mind to be trading right now, which is good because there's nothing to do. Just stay along the queues as long as you can. You got 17 more minutes. Are we going to make it? I mean, I don't even think we're going to get stopped out. But again, the one thing about this market that is fun, if you read my post about Rambus, I wrote, considering everyone's a genius in a bull market, here's my idea. Let's buy Rambus. If the market continues to rally, the stock should go up at least 200 or 300%. So am I some genius right now? No. 4 out of 5 stocks are actually going up right now, which is insane. I mean, you got the dumbest stocks going up right now, and they're going up in 100% increments. I mean, it's just wild. It's wild that it's a month later almost. And people are finally waking up to the idea that, hey, maybe I should get back in the market. Remember my uncle. If my uncle calls me in 3 weeks and says, oh, this market's looking pretty good, you think I should get back in? I will immediately tell everybody. I will send a spam email. I don't send emails, by the way, except once every 2 or 3 months to remind you guys I'm still out there. By the way, hey, I'm still out there. But I will send an email every day. If my uncle decides he wants back into the market, he has crashed every market. 87, the 90s, 2000, yeah, he crashed the market in 99, 2000. He finally got back in 2008. He is the mush because he's that guy that needs barons, right? He's that guy that needs everybody to be saying it's safe to get back in the market. Then he gets in. But that's usually the worst time. That's the Jim Cramer moment, where when Cramer starts recommending Rambus at 250, we'll know it's a good time to sell. And mark this conversation down. I'm telling you, stocks we're at 27-year highs. Stocks that break 27-year highs generally go higher. Just saying. But I'm a loser. It's pretty really what it comes down to. It really, I'm a loser because I knew this rally was coming. I I was in when we broke 357.50 on the Qs. I was like, oh shit, this shit's happening. And I got long. I covered a whole shit ton of all those naked calls. But at 357.50, if I wasn't such a loser, right, perma bear, negative Nancy douche, I would have said, all right, let's cover all of these calls and let's go fucking balls deep into 357 calls because we know we're going to 387 in the next 2 weeks. Let's make 300 grand here. And what do? I get short. It's just insane. It's insane. And that's why I am the best judge of who will make it as a trader and who will not make it as a trader. Because I have every loser tendency built into me. And again, it's taken me 30 years to appreciate how much of a loser I am. That's why I'm good now. And I'm the best at teaching others because I'm a loser. You guys appreciate that, right? You don't go in an AA meeting and talk to a guy that's never done drugs before, right? Boo this man, right? You don't go to the crackhead meeting with a guy who's addicted to smoking weed. You don't go to AA, talk to a guy that hasn't had a drink, right? You're looking at a guy that I don't even know how the hell I'm still doing this. But now I have a newfound passion because now, and that's why I'm trying to get on the TikTok now. If the Reddit mafia and the apes and the hodlers and all the I'm not selling people, if they would have met me, I would have saved all of them because I was like, listen, I get you're obsessed with this stock or whatever you're in, but how about sell it here because it's going to crash and then buy it back at a lot lower price. And I'll save you all this money. And every single one of them would be they would be members for life. When I called the crash in the Kathy Wood top, it was one of my best calls of my life. And it was because of these hodler maniacs. These stocks were up 3,000, 5,000%. And they were still talking about buying them and just not selling them. And CNBC was all bullish. And then the Goldman Sachs article and the Kathy Wood. And I was like, holy crap. This is that moment. Everybody's bullish. Hey, you finally got stopped out of the queues. It's about time. All right. So when 90% of everything you're looking at, everyone's screaming bullish, that's when you think about going the other way. And oh, wasn't it great? And that'll happen again. That's why I don't sell scanners or disillusionment. Is that a word? It is now. I don't sell this idea of the get rich quick scheme. There is no get rich quick scheme. It's learn and earn. Learn to earn to learn. And it's about time. It's about time. The more time you spend with me, the more I educate you about market environments, keeping you focused on the trade that works the best, market environment, know the environment, know the environment. Here's the trade that works the best. Here's the environment, know what to do, when to be long some stocks, when you can swing trade. And again, I haven't been saying hold overnight because you still can get into these stocks the next day and make decent money. But that's what this is all about. It's just, and then you come meet a couple of my knucklehead friends and and what's it been now? 2007. It's going to be 20 years I've been running a chat room. It's crazy. I used to have hair and stuff. I used to be somewhat sane. Nah, that's debatable. But so let me explain to you what's going to happen next. Market's probably going to be up tomorrow, right? It's probably going to be up Wednesday. More often than not, it's up on Friday. There's not going to be much to do, but maybe something will change, right? So I come in tomorrow, I'm thinking I'm probably going to be right about the market not going down. But if UVXY cannot go down for one day, if the market is gapped up and rolls over and breaks down, that'll convince me to maybe put a short on. So I'll come in tomorrow with my same skepticism, but I'm not going to do anything about it. So if there's no earnings reversals, and again, if you don't think Nvidia is about to go up another 140 points, but Kenny, it just rallied from 420 right to 500. Yeah, now it's going to go up another 100. Just like AMAT, right? I got convinced, oh, AMAT, oh, the numbers were bad. I was like, oh, it's AMAT, buy it. Oh, wait a minute, they're being investigated by the government. Maybe I shouldn't buy it. Next thing you know, it's up 10 points. Yeah. So going back to that whole thing, if the market's going to go down and it turns into one of those perfect scenarios, you want to see the market gapped up tomorrow morning, break down, go down, attempt to rally, and then roll. That will be a real sell-off. But it has to have that exact replica, that setup. AMAT dropped after earnings, last week. Yeah, and I didn't buy it. AMAT, I grew up on that stock. That was one of the first stocks I ever bought too. It was like the sixth stock I ever bought. And I was really familiar when I was a stockbroker. I would sell that stock to my clients because I was very familiar with semiconductors. Because one of the guys who worked at our company was friends with the Robertson Stevens semiconductor analyst. This guy knew every semiconductor stock in the world, and he just knew stuff, and it was awesome. He taught us all about everything. He taught us about Rambus. He got us into Rambus and SanDisk. We called it Snail Dick for a while. E-Tech, SpeedFam, VLSI. The guy was so good that he's like, most of these companies inevitably will be bought out by AMAT. So either they'll make money on their own or they'll just get gobbled up by AMAT. They all got bought out by AMAT. Like I haven't experienced a year like that. Like, has anybody owned a stock that's gotten taken over? It's kind of rare. I had 3, maybe 4 in 1 year. All semiconductor stocks. We were it was outstanding, except the E-Tech. Well, that was one of the worst trades in my life. I was buying options every week, waiting for the takeover, and I was smoking weed outside the Guggenheim. Right, I'm smoking weed outside the Guggenheim, and I got arrested. So I had to go face the judge. I had to go a desk appearance or whatever, and I forgot to call not my broker, but the desk guy at the time, and I didn't re-up on my 100 contracts. Wouldn't you know it got taken over on that Monday. It still hurts to this day. I was doing 10 grand a month on these option contracts, waiting for this takeover. So I blew through 40 grand. The one option expiration Friday that I didn't re-up for the next month, it got taken over that Monday. $17 stock got taken out of 40. Still hurts. But what hurts the most, right, is I'm an empath also of the industry. An empath is one who shares in the pain of others. I share in the pain. I feel your pain. So when I have people that are struggling in a market such as this one, like, what are you struggling about today? Buy the Qs, hold them till 4 o'clock. That was it, right? Buy the dip on some stocks you like, SC and whatever. But if you're struggling, right? And we've all struggled. We've all had, I've had years where I made no money and I still went, 2012 to 2015, I lost everything I ever made and then some. And I managed to resurrect my whole career from there. Not many people could do that, but what was my point? My point is we all go through that. My job now is to help you avoid blowing your shit up. So if you've been struggling, back to my point, if you've been struggling, why not just take reversals? So learn what that trade looks like. Today was SC, which was a freaking gold mine. I mean, this is it. First move was good. The second move was good. The third move was the shiznit. You got a faux show, bro. Ass crack 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. This is again, you're not seeing my chart, but my friends that hit the bid here, this is sex. This is sex to me. And obviously, you guys know about my sex life. I've been married 25 years. It doesn't really exist. So this is all I got. Charts. I get sexually aroused by charting and Cisco. I mean, this was a no-brainer. You love yourself some Cisco, consolidates all day, hits the prior day VWAP. You had a good trade. You sell out of it. You get stopped out, and you're like, oh, wait a second. We're doing like a slanty ass crack break going through the whole number. I'm in. And these aren't like hero trades. These aren't like get rich trades, but you make it 300, you make it 1,000, and that's what we're here for, to get paid. And you see how we finally just sold the Qs? And now the shorters, right? The bears are like, oh, man. Oh, you see how this market's selling off into the close? Oh, we're definitely going down tomorrow. No, we're not. Tomorrow is a brand new day. We'll treat it brand new. We understand the market's rallied for 3.5 weeks. But if UVXY isn't budging, and if we're above VWAP and multiple time frame VWAP, you cannot short. Because trust me, friends, I couldn't find my straitjacket. I have like a replica straitjacket somewhere in my house. I couldn't find it. I was gonna strap it on today because damn, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I lost about $604 today trying to short the Qs twice. Not only did I come in short, and I had hope there for a second. I was like, oh, am I going to be able to get out of this alive? No, I'm not. And then after I covered, it went up a little bit more. I tried 2 more shorts just to try to make some money back. Nope. Another $604 out the window. And that's why I will say this one more time. I'm a loser. I'm a loser. I think over the last 30, if I had never shorted the Qs ever in my life, I would probably have a $20 million account right now. No doubt. Like if I've never even ever hit short Qs. Other than and even when I pick tops and I've had some good moves, I'm always cashing out early because I've been burnt so much by staying short. All right, what do we got going on? You see the UVXY into the close? Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm excited. Ooh. Tomorrow, if it actually gets over $11.15, I'll be even more excited. All right, let's see what's coming out while we're sitting here. Oh, we got Zoom. I'll say, and I got to tell you one thing. If you had a gun to my head and say up or down on Zoom after they report, I'll immediately say down because nobody needs this stock. It's done. Zoom is done. 2 years from now, there'll be another thing called Bloom, and it'll be better than Zoom, and Zoom will be zero. So if you had to make me choose, I would say down. But because of the market environment we're in right now, I'm going to have to say up 10. All right, so Zoom, we got Agilent. We got Trip.com, Keysight, Enchanta, Center State, Excel Brands, Fusco, Remark. Oh, another loser stock. There you go. Mark. Remember Mark? Remember Mark? Yeah. All right. Symbiotic is ripping right now. That's SYM. So that'll be on our list tomorrow. SYM. Never really heard of it, but anything that has earnings, that's my bread and butter. The gaps are filled, the reversions and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm still here. Oh, reload. By the way, if you don't know, I've been doing the Raging Bull dungeon, as I call it. I'm in the dungeon of the old Raging Bull website, and I go live. Nobody knows I'm there except for like 6 people. It's it's pretty freaking hilarious. It's like, I'm like, what am I even doing here? But I go on the OBS. I broadcast in their room. I think 6 people are actually watching it. But I'm just talking to them right now. They don't even know I was still doing it. I'm like, wow, cool. All right, Zoom going up right now. Reported. So you got anyways, yeah. So oh my God, so funny. Yalla, another name from another blast from the past. Remember Yalla? Oh no, I'm thinking Yatra. What was Yalla? Yatra was the Indian price line. YTRA, and it's still the same price. What was Yalla? I remember this stock. Yalla. Yalla social media. Okay. But here's another stock, Mark, right? Another loser stock. I'm a loser. Hello. Hello. Oh, it's speaking of the only trade. Now you're the only good trader in the family. Exactly. Yeah, Big Al. Yeah, you know the Qs are up 30 points since you sold them. It's my dad, the only one who knows how to trade. Yeah, but now I know. See, now you're feeling bad about 5% for free money, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, I am shocked as well, Dad. It's insane. You know what? I've embraced my loser tendencies. It's okay. It's self-deprecating in the world, but I'm very hard on myself. That's why when I'm yelling and screaming and ranting, it's not about you. It's about me. I'm still angry about all the mistakes I've made. That's why when I see other people making those same mistakes, I go on it. I get on it. I get into a tizzy, to say the least. But anyway, here stocks like Mark, right? And this is what I always find amazing about the market, right? 90% of stocks look like this: pump and dump, worthless garbage that inevitably bleed to death and go to 20 cents. I mean, you had people that were pumping this stock up in the 10s and the 15s and 20s, reverse split it. Again, that's what's so confounding to me still to this day. And that's why it's so easy to buy the Qs, because you can't go wrong with the Qs. I know I can't pick 5 stocks to save my life. That's what was so unique about that May move. That's how strong the market was in May. By the way, Zoom, right? It doesn't matter what they said. It was going to go up, right? Here you go. 5 points on Zoom. It doesn't matter right now. They could say that if you go on Zoom right now, you're going to get cancer and Alzheimer's and you're going to lose a limb. Oh, I'm in. It doesn't matter. Bull market. It doesn't matter. And tomorrow, we'll see. If the sellers don't show up tomorrow, you know what? This piece of crap will probably go to 100 also. Let's see where it's been. I mean, everybody's been waiting for this thing to break out for some time now. You just hit a 52-week low. You just hit all-time lows a couple of weeks ago, as a matter of fact. You know what? Looking at this chart, I kind of like it. But if it can sustain it could if it could sustain, wow, look at that. I was going to say 71. No freaking way, people. Let me show you something. Let's get rid of all these lines. You guys that hit the bid still seeing my charts? You see where it just went? 71.35? That's this price right there. Oh my freaking God. Look at that. Right about 71. What price is this? 71.38. No way. So above 71.38 tomorrow, you're going to be in these upper candles. This could easily tack on another 3 or 4 from there. Well, and of course, I'm probably looking to short it tomorrow because I'm an idiot. But this doesn't look too bad. I mean, that's why I like down markets, because it gives you opportunities like a Zoom or a Palantir at $13 or the Qs at 340. You need to go down. I'm a perma bear because most stocks suck, and I just like to remind people that owning stocks, inevitably you're going to get burnt by something. You know, I can name 1,000 bad stocks before I can name 30 good ones. And I could probably only name 30 good ones, like trending stocks that have been good for 20 years, opposed to the thousands that I can name that have gone to zero and been pumped and dumped. That's what's so crazy and drives me nuts. The market never goes down, but most stocks still stink. It is a very unique thing here. But I'm going to go spend time with the family, and everybody do the best as you can. Try to be nice to each other. Try to stay sane in an insane world. And one of the ways to stay sane is come hang out with me. I'm already insane, right? My dementia is your profitability. But I do see the markets in the most clear-cut, concise, based in reality way that once you see it, you'll never unsee it, and you'll become jaded and cynical and maniacal like I am. But it's good. Being jaded and cynical keeps you frosty, keeps you on your toes. That's why I enjoy my perma bearness. I just tend to get a little bit too bearish when, again, at least I covered at the lows this time. Like, normally I'm getting crushed on this market. It wasn't until 382.50 did I start dipping into some Qs, and I still lost 5 points. It's close to, it was this really awful trade. It really was. But it'll take me 15 days to make that back. But I shouldn't have to do that. I should never have lost this money. Now I got to fight for it back. And, after Friday, that grind that we had on Friday, I wasn't mad about what was going on that day. It was kind of boring. I was 9 for 9. I had no losses, except I was just watching the Qs, I was getting my ass kicked watching the Qs go up while I'm trying to trade to offset the loss in my other account. I'm a loser. I'm a loser. All right. But we made it past one more day, and there'll be more activity. We will have booms and busts and crashes and reality checks and rippings and dippings and all kinds of stuff. And it goes on and on and on and on. All right. Nice hanging with you. Good chatting with you. I'll see you soon. And even my dad's out of the market right now, which kind of sucks. Because on, couple like weeks like this, I'm like, at least my dad's long the Qs. All right. Now he's not even long the Qs now. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.